Yeah, what it dang dizzly doo wop. I am Zachary D, and this is the Daily Decompression with my two ill prepared cohorts, Fire and Bob.
Boop boop Bob Baran.
You, you have the plainest name out of all of us. I got Hydra, I got Fire, and then I just got Bob.
It's not his name.
Bob, it's not my name.
That was a mind blower when I found that out, by the way. That was a big mind blower. Yeah, like I still low key forget that that's not actually your name.
For all intents and purposes, it is my name.
I mean,
because it's my name on the internet.
Do you hear that name more than you hear your actual name?
No.
With how often you're in voice, that surprises me. But I guess, how long have you been going by Bob? By the way, how long has it been Bob?
10 years?
10 years.
At least?
Almost as long as our homies had that 500,000 view video up. This fucking was. I'm actually gonna link that in the description, by the way, and unless he takes it down, he might take it down after I called him out. But this man has a 500,000 view video on YouTube that he just forgot about. Bruh, if I had a 500,000 view on YouTube, I might never forget that. I might never like that might be something I screenshot and frame on my wall. Like, I'm never forgetting that moment. I hope low-key he's sitting in his house hours away from us right now, like happy as fuck, but low-key trying to be all hard in our Discord server. It's no big deal. I forgot about it. Low-key's been watching the analytics on that one video for years. What is the oldest thing you've posted that you've found on the internet of yourself? Like that you actually forgot about?
The photo of myself that Steven dug up.
That's funny.
I look every once in a while, and I think the oldest thing I can find is like some old text freestyle raps that I did, because I used to do rap battle by text, and I think that has to be the oldest content that is available for consumption by old Zachary D. But I didn't always go by Zachary D.
Why not?
Because I was trying to be edgy and a teenager, and like, I had some really cringy names. I went by Darth Cripple for a while. That was a thing.
That is pretty edgy. Holy crap.
Went by Darth Cripple for a while. I was Black.
Cringy.
I was Black Mag 3 for a while.
Black Mag 3.
You know, because it's cooler. Instead of using an E, use a 3. That makes it cooler. What about you, Fire? Do you know the oldest thing you've posted on the internet that you probably forgot about?
I have no idea.
and that's one of those things. How could you have an idea? Because if you forgot about it, you wouldn't even know to go look for it.
Yeah. I don't know what I've done that I've forgotten about.
Have you always been a fire stealer?
Yeah, for a long time. since like PlayStation 2.
Wow.
There might be like some like report about me being like winning like a martial arts tournament or like
Oh?
or being like ranked in my state for chest and stuff.
See, I thought Bob was a paladin, not a monk, so I'm confused.
A paladin, huh? Why would I be a paladin? What?
Bob the Paladin.
Oh, that's true.
Am,
You're
yeah,
right.
but about to say, am I wrong in the meme here that Bob did not start out as Bob the Paladin?
Bob did start as Bob the Paladin. You're right.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't, because I routinely fug that up.
Like I forgot. That's another thing that I forgot.
Well, this is very indicative, by the way, Fire, of us. If Bob and I are just hanging out in chat together, how stories can get fucked up, because Bob will be like, "Nah, I was Bob the Samurai, bruh," and I'll be like,
I don't know about that.
I'll be like, "Okay, cool, whatever you say." Like, I don't have any evidence to the contrary, so then I'll go back to you and be like, "Yo, Bob told me it started out as Bob the Samurai," and everybody's always like, "What? What do you mean? It was definitely Bob the Paladin." Like, that's indicative of how we often get off topic late night, very frequently. But this brings up an interesting thing of the fact that everything you post on the internet is available until that website gets shut down.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, and I guess for things like YouTube, good luck.
because YouTube's not going anywhere. I'm pretty sure that'll be around till the internet dies.
I don't know. Google's like when things start failing, Google pull the plug on it.
That just YouTube going away would leave a whole ass vacuum, like a big vacuum.
Well, YouTube going away would be because of something came along that was better than it, right? Like right now, that isn't a thing, so seeing YouTube going away isn't a reasonable thing right now.
I just don't know how you compete. I don't know.
Better tools, probably.
Like, what's missing though? What do you want from YouTube that they don't have?
A reverse playlist order.
All right, you heard it here first. Beat YouTube by putting in a reverse playlist button, and that will move at least Bob over to your platform.
That's not true.
Okay, so you've
It takes more than that, but that's just a thing that I frequently get upset about.
okay.
Is I really wish that there would be a simple button that says reverse this playlist.
What would it take for you to move though?
The content creators that I enjoy watching to be on it.
Move over. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the content creators to do that, there has to be an audience. Like, that's a big ask. I kind of wish there was more competition in the just video uploading space. You got Vimeo. Is that still around?
I have no idea.
Does Vimeo still exist?
I don't really like their player though.
Well, and I started this channel a little over a month ago, and I didn't even consider going. I didn't say, you know what, maybe I should start on Vimeo. Like, because obviously just starting, I have all the options in front of me. I'm not committed to a particular platform.
I think just starting, your best bet is YouTube anyway.
To go where The majority of people go.
All right.
I don't know. An argument could be made. It's easier to get seen on a smaller. It's easier to get seen on a smaller platform. But ultimately, wouldn't you just take that audience from the smaller platform and move them over to a YouTube channel where now I'm uploading content? I have a built-in audience, and now I can get seen by more people on YouTube. Because hardly anybody watches a video with very few views later on down the line. Sure, the day of upload, absolutely. People expect like, you just uploaded it. They want to be first. They want to be within the first 1,000 or whatever. But a month from now, people don't care if your video is not popping. And YouTube certainly doesn't care. YouTube recommended. Although, I've gotten 500 recommends from YouTube. I'd like to know what they're recommending. It doesn't tell me, though. I've gotten 500 recommends in the last month from my overlords at YouTube. And just so we know, this video will be uploaded on Monday, but this is still the same pot of coffee from the stream because I'm recording this video after the live stream. So, and it's pretty standard for me to have this giant cup of coffee. It's probably not the best thing in the world for me, is it? Drink an entire pot of coffee every day?
Probably not.
Would that
It's a lot.
stop you? I mean, it doesn't stop you.
So I don't know that I've mentioned, and I might have mentioned it on Monday, because honestly, Monday's video was a blur. I straight up turned on the camera and was like chilling, listening to. I was chilling, listening to some hip hop beats that I bought years ago. And just talking about whatever. And I might have mentioned it, but it's not a concern to me right now. But I might be competing in the Special Olympics soon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've got to go. I got to talk to a doctor buddy of mine and get medically cleared to do it. And then they'll evaluate my ability. And then based on that, they'll tell me what sports I qualify for. But Christine...
what sports actually exists for Special Olympics? I don't even know.
Surprisingly, like soccer, basketball, this game called bocce. Golf is a Special Olympic sport.
What is bocce?
It's an Italian, like, the way Christine describes it in the interview is, and the way I envision it is like an Italian, like, horseshoe with a ball type thing. You get your ball closer to the goal than your opponent, and you score points, and you have to roll the ball, like a modified bowling type situation.
So it's kind of like shuttleboard.
And that's the way Jamie described it. And then Christine goes, "No," and I also don't disagree with the comparison, based on what I know about it currently, which is not much. But I'm curious to see if I'm actually physically able to do any of the sports. Or if, like, would I be in, like, wheelchair basketball?
Like, what is this actually called? Bocce?
BOCCE. Bocce.
BOOCCE.
No, that's too many O's. Not Bucci.
Bucci.
No, but it doesn't matter.
BOC what?
BOCCE.
CCE.
Right. But to answer the question, would it stop me from drinking a pot of coffee if it was bad for me? Not now. But if I'm actually competing in sports ball type events, maybe. I mean, it's entirely possible that I actually start getting fit, or at least relatively fit. If I'm going to be competing in the sports ball events. Which, by the way, I think you and I talked about this, Fire, that's probably a better idea if I'm going to do physical videos than doing like stunt videos. It's probably better for me just to go compete in like disability friendly sports.
Yeah.
And get video from that. You think people would watch that? Like if it was me competing in like wheelchair ball and I had like a highlight video? Well, if Matt's video is any indication, I need to put Nickelback in the background. And
Yes, there you go. That's what you need to do.
I guess the easiest answer to that is there an audience for Special Olympics? Like, if there's an audience for Special Olympics, then why wouldn't they watch? If
people
they're
come
interested
watch it.
in that, well, can they watch it? Sure. Is there a big audience for it?
That's a Christine question. I wish we were still alive because I don't know what their average attendance is at an event.
All right. Like if there's people actively watching the Special Olympics, then sure, there might be people who watch a YouTube video on it. All right.
Especially if I'm just draining threes. Swish. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay. Good luck.
Wheelchair ball superstar. Yeah. You feel me? They call me the wheelchair Steph Curry, you dig? I assume neither of you know who Steph Curry is.
He's a basketball player, isn't he?
Oh?
Is he?
But Bob
I think so.
Bob took the reference that we were talking about basketball and three pointers and took a leap there to say that he's a basketball player.
I'm pretty sure he was a basketball player because I already had forgot we were talking about.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Already forgot what we're talking about.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
15 seconds later, Bob forgets. Do you know what team he plays for, Bob?
Fuck no. I couldn't even tell you all the teams in the
basketball
NBA.
team. Are there more than one? Oh, there's two, right? Yeah. I knew that.
Which one do you know? Fire. Which one are you aware of?
Team A.
Oh.
Team left. Home team.
Not the Mavericks.
Mavericks. What?
What are the Mavericks?
See,
I don't know that one either.
I'm gonna let that slide because you're from out of state. But the Mavericks are literally the Dallas team.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like, they are the basketball team for Dallas. And this is why I wonder whether people will watch me play the sports ball.
I think I could only name 4. I could name 4 NBA teams.
Okay.
I don't know if they're still teams.
Okay.
Utah Jazz.
All right, cool, got it.
Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot the city, but the Celtics.
Boston, yeah.
Boston. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. And then there was
Celtic City.
Miami Heat.
What about the Knicks?
Yep.
What about the Golden State Warriors?
Never heard of them.
The Knicks.
The Mavericks, obviously.
Yeah, I never heard of those ones either.
The Oklahoma Thunder.
Never heard of it.
Oh shoot.
I'm trying to think if I know anymore. I might not. That might be that might be the end of my list as well. That might be the 76ers. That's another one. Yeah.
Okay. One. That was Philadelphia, right?
Yeah. This is why we're not sports ball commentator. This is why it's not a sports ball commentating channel,
I would
Uh,
have to have a spreadsheet open to actually list all the things that you need to know.
Well, to be honest with you, every sports commentator has a spreadsheet. It's just they can give opinions based on the things on the spreadsheet, not just read it.
Okay. Yeah. I could do that for like chess, maybe.
Yeah, I imagine you could, but you were also highly ranked in chess, and that's a thing that you do or did. I don't know if you still.
Bubble up on the double up.
Yeah,
Up on the bubble up.
I don't know if it's the thing you still do. I don't think so.
No, it's not.
I think you basically only play auto chess these days.
Ooh, insult.
I don't know
That
that.
is kind of an insult. Feels bad, man.
I don't know that that's an insult. Why is it an?
Oh
Why did you?
shit.
Why did you take that as an insult? Wait, are you still MMOing?
Oh yeah, of course I am. What? Was I supposed to stop?
He's
No,
not
I
level 10 yet.
no, I just found it funny that randomly in the video people had no idea, and you were just like, "Oh."
I'm under attack.
As long as you're not under attack from the back, 'cause then you wouldn't even know.
Shit.
I sprang that I sprang this video on both of them just because I needed to record a video today and they were around. So here we are.
I attacked a deer. That did not go well.
I guess this is a good video to ask because we've been talking about it basically all night. What do people want to see from this channel? What do you want me to talk about that I haven't? What do you want to hear about my life, about what it's like to be with a disability? Because some of the stories that I have feel really inconsequential. Like they just were kind of things that were part of my life, and some of them I'd have to sit down and really fill out how to make a 20-minute video out of them, because some of them were just moments. Like the time I got robbed, that was fun. That was a good time.
Never happened.
Sitting in a gas station, low key got robbed.
I got robbed at gunpoint while delivering pizzas.
Ugh, that's a bad day.
Huh?
Did you go back and deliver pizzas the next day?
Not only that, I went back and delivered pizzas that same day because my shift was not over.
Oh, wait. So hold on, back up. So you call your boss like, yeah, I just got robbed?
Yeah, and then I sat there for an hour and we did a police report and all blah blah blah. And then all right, here's your next stop. Go to give him this pizza.
That makes them a bad boss, right?
What? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe that happens enough that it's supposed to be standard procedure.
I
don't
think
know.
I think it might make them a bad boss. Like I think that asking you to deliver pizzas on the same night that you had a gun pulled on you, probably not the play, man. Like, I don't know.
I did find out that guy actually got arrested like 3 days later, though. And then he spent 2 years in jail because apparently that was not the first time he did that.
But wait, was it also was it related to robbing you or for a different thing that?
It was 4 counts of armed robbery.
Of which you were one, or you don't?
I was one.
Well, justice served, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, did he at least like his pizza?
He didn't even take the pizza. That's the fucked up thing.
Hold on.
See, this is the real fucked up bit. Like
not having a gun pulled on you or anything.
He pulls the gun and it's like, give me the money, blah blah blah, and so naturally it's all in like the special blah 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 bag thing that they tell you to keep your money in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like those back when people still use checks a lot and stuff, and then he's like, and I was like, man, at least give me the checks, leave me the checks. You're not gonna be able to do anything with them, right? He's like, "Nah, fuck that," and then he fucking ripped them up. It's like, what the fuck?
You're trying to reason with the dude robbing you. I'd just been like, here, take the bag, fam. Like,
I mean, that was tips for me, man. That was my money. It's garbage. I didn't get reimbursed for that shit.
Bob, just so we're clear, I am glad to know that for the most part, you've always been the same person. Because only you are reasoning with your robber at that point. Because
I mean,
like,
he's naturally just a dude going through a bad time, right? It's not like he's out here like trying to be a shit bag just because it can be a shit bag.
I don't know if he's going through a bad time. I think some people who rob are, in fact, just doing it because they can.
I think it's less likely that that's happening.
I don't know if you don't get caught. There's a.
I mean, but why did he do it in the first place?
Why do you start?
Right.
Yeah, I'll give you probably desperation on that one.
Yeah.
Although I've never robbed anybody, so I don't know.
Because your friends are doing it.
I mean, maybe,
Maybe.
but
yeah.
typically they're like car hopping.
Right.
That's what I need on this. I need my 600,000 view friend to get on here and tell pizza delivery stories. That's what I need in my life.
I mean, I got some pizza delivery stories if you want pizza delivery stories. I was a pizza delivery guy for like 2 years.
How much of that was after getting robbed?
A year?
See, there's just a special kind of something there. You went on and delivered pizza for a year, knowing that getting robbed was a possibility?
Well, I blacklisted the neighborhood that I got robbed in. I said, I will not deliver to this neighborhood. And the boss said, okay.
But he let other employees go there.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that neighborhood still orders pizza. So you got to deliver that pizza. He just knew that I refused to go there, and that he accepted that.
Did you ever have anybody else get robbed from that neighborhood?
I think of the 2 years I was there, I heard of 3 robberies that happened in that area.
See, at some point you just blacklist the neighborhood, fam. We don't deliver there no more. Yeah. y'all need to get your stuff together. Like, y'all out here holding my people up, like ripping up my checks and whatnot. Like, it's not okay. That's not, man. Makes me thankful I work from home.
I tell you what, though.
Although I guess I could be robbed here working from home.
The excellent reason why I didn't quit after getting robbed.
Okay.
I made more money being a pizza delivery guy before I joined the military than after I joined the military, even including the bonus that I got.
That's a scary thing. We're out here not paying our armed forces more than a pizza delivery driver. That's kind of sketch. That's actually pretty sketch. You ever been robbed, Fire, since we're talking about robberies?
No.
Like I was making on average like 5.5 to 6K a year, a week, delivering pizzas.
See, you got robbed for doing your job. I got robbed for being stupid. I got robbed because I was in, and I knew I was in the sketchy part of town, but this was like, I moved to San Antonio fairly recently ago. I still had that, like, it couldn't happen to me. I'm just a small town kid. Like, that type of stuff doesn't happen. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And,
yeah, okay.
and because of my driving skills, the car that I had, the window wouldn't roll down because the door was smashed, right? And it was like it was close to like 4 in the morning. Yeah, it had to be like between 2 and 4 in the morning. And I stopped for gas. and I'm on the phone with my then girlfriend, and I'm talking, and dude pops up and is like, "Say, let me make a phone call real quick, fucking." And I'm like, "Hey, hang on, this dude needs to use my phone real quick." And she's in my ear like, "No, don't give it to him. Don't be stupid." This, that, and the third. And I opened my door to talk to this dude. And because he's like, "I need directions, this, that." And I got to call my ride. A whole convoluted story now looking back. It was convoluted. And I had the $20 sitting in my cup holder to pay for the gas that I was about to go get. And it was the only money I had on me. And I opened my door to talk to the guy. And he's talking for a second. He reaches in the car past me into the cup holder, grabs the money that's in there, and says, "That just happened." Takes his hand out of my car and books it. Just out. I'm done. GG.
He took the phone and your $20, huh?
He did not get my phone, but he took my $20.
What the fuck? You didn't even take your phone?
No.
That's wild.
Well, because I still had hold of my phone. Because
Oh.
it became obvious to me that he might be looking to get my phone at that point. But I was stupid enough to still open the door and try to communicate with this guy. But yeah, he reached in, grabbed the $20, said, "That just happened," and booked it.
It's even better because dude just said that just happened. That just makes it 10 times better.
I hope he was recording it for his YouTube channel.
Trust me, I didn't get Mr. Beast popping around the corner giving me 20 grand in exchange for this.
No. Just straight up rob. But that would be great. Like everybody that he like mugs, it's like, "That just happened." Bam, it's like his catchphrase.
But he'd have to get popular before people would actually take notice, right?
But needless to say, I did not get gas at that gas station at 4 a.m. anymore. That was, and it kind of scarred me a little bit for a while, because shortly after that, I stopped to get gas, and it's the middle of the day, and these Girl Scouts pop up like, say,
And you're like,
say, let me
"Don't fuck me."
say, let me sell you some cookies, fam. And I just straight up drove off. Like, I didn't get gas at that gas station. I straight up drove off. I was like, nah, not gonna catch me slipping twice. That's
wild.
That's the only time I've ever been like taken advantage of. And that could have happened to anybody as stupid as I was in that moment. It had nothing to do with me being handicapped or anything or whatever. But typically, people have been.
I mean, a little bit by handicap, because this dude actually could just reach right by you, grab onto the money that you had there. Like, what?
I think handicapped or not, I was stunned that it was even happening. Like I
would have been like, nah.
I was
I would have at least threw hands with this motherfucker if he was gonna try to take my $20.
I was frozen. I couldn't do. I was fucking stunned that it was happening. It was crazy. But in general, people have been really like, even the sketchier people that I have met over my time, like sketchy strangers or whatever, even those people have been like really like, "Oh, it's so cute. He's crippled." So typically I don't get taken advantage of. But I also typically don't go anywhere without some type of escort, I guess is the correct term.
Makes sense. Especially if you're going somewhere that could lead to something bad happening.
Well, we talked about that recently too. I could have ended up in a position that had me traveling for work, and I don't like traveling alone at all. I do not enjoy it. Because I am concerned that I'll be taken advantage of in some way that I can't do anything about. So I'm kind of glad that that didn't happen, but I'm very conscious that that is the thing. Although it helps these days, I don't drive, so I can't really go anywhere on my own as it is. I can't really just like hop in the car right now and drive to Fire's house or whatever. And don't say I could, because I wouldn't make it. I can hear it in your silence. Sure you could. Come on, man.
What?
What? No, I don't think you'd make it.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think you'd
okay.
make it either.
As long as you're not gonna troll and be like, yeah, come on, whatever.
I mean, you're welcome,
Of course, I'm welcome, right?
but you better get an Uber or something.
But yeah, I don't make it. Honestly, I wish there was a safe way for me to do that, because I kind of miss driving, but I don't miss how terrified I always was. Every time I got in a car, I was terrified.
I was not.
Like
I tended to be more pissed off when I was driving, though.
When you were crippled, driving crippled,
What?
I think you driving and him driving are different.
True.
by a mile, because like I was aware I shouldn't be driving before the people around me were aware I shouldn't be driving.
I think that's the way it works.
I'm still upset they took away my license. It's garbage.
That's a separate video in itself, I think, because like I don't know, you probably could drive, whereas I can't. Like
Right.
I don't possess the capacity. You probably could drive, and that's actually in some senses scarier, because you could get in a car, and then because of what's going on with you, you just rando black out. Like that would be terrible. That's almost worse.
True.
But yeah,
Like I don't like the blacking out isn't like rando though. Like I know it's happening, and if I know it's happening, I can pull over or something. It's
until
why
you're
I'm upset about it.
until you're in the middle of a 4-lane highway, like whoa. Yeah, it's just so many, like driving to the corner store. Sure, you could probably do that. It's fine, but they don't restrict your license. They don't have
Right.
they don't have a no highways restriction.
It's true.
And just so we're clear, legally speaking, I can drive. Like I still have a license.
That feels bad, man.
And to add to that, I actually told the people at the DMV, like, listen, I am too crippled to drive. I can't do it. I do not need a license. Give me an ID. And they were like, well, we need like a DNA sample and a fingerprint and all this other information you ain't got to get you an ID. Or we could just renew your license. And I was like, guess you're renewing my license then, fucking. But I don't need it. I don't want it.
I mean, it's your ID card.
It's just weird they couldn't just downgrade that to an ID. Like strip me of my ability to drive.
That is
They
weird.
wouldn't give me that ID card either because I am a veteran, and they said get your ID card from the VA. They didn't want to give me an ID card at all.
That's so weird. But you tell the DMV it's like it's unsafe for me to be on the road. Yeah. Okay, we'll renew your license. Like what?
I mean, they don't care. Like when you get into an accident because you were driving and your medical record specifically states that you're unsafe, you were informed that you were unsafe to drive, then it falls on you.
Oh, I guess also I've never been like informed by a professional that it's unsafe for me to drive. That's just a personal judgment. I think I'm right in that regard, but it is a personal judgment. You know, that makes me curious. I wonder if I was to ask my parents today, like today right now, if they felt like it was unsafe for me to drive. What would they say? Because
The right answer should be to where.
I mean anywhere. I don't think honestly I could make it down the road from my house without getting into an unsafe, maybe not an accident, but an unsafe situation. Maybe I make it down the road without getting hit, but I'm not driving safely. Because for a long time they just swore I was just bad at driving and like I needed practice and I was scared to drive or whatever. Yeah, I was scared to drive because it's unsafe as fuck for me. Not because like I didn't understand the principles behind driving. I get it. Take the car, press the go pedal, keep it between the lines. Okay, like I get it. But it's just not, the execution just ain't there. It was a very strange and I guess I transitioned out of driving by wrecking my car one last time. And then I couldn't afford to get another one. And since then I just haven't driven. And it's been what, like 6 years since I've driven? How long has it been for you since you've driven legally? I won't make you incriminate yourself. But how long have you had your license stripped from you, Bob?
6 years?
Yeah.
6 years.
So roughly the same time span. Honestly, though, thinking about that far, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have Jamie living out here. What would I do to get around?
Uber.
Is there even Uber out here? Fire?
I don't know.
I don't
Or
think so.
Lyft.
I think we got like Uber Eats.
You have Uber Eats and you have Uber. I
Okay.
think Uber's influence is larger than Uber Eats.
But yeah, I don't know what I would do. There is a handicap friendly bus system out here.
Yeah, you could be doing that.
But they will only leave your city like once a week. And they go to specific other cities around here. Like on Tuesday they go from city A to city B. But I could go around city A pretty much any day of the week ahead of time. That's another video. I did do the handicap bus system for a while in San Antonio. That was pretty
Is
great.
there not any like specific handicap thing beyond the handicap bus?
No, not unless I was going to like an activity center or something like that.
I know here and there it's a bunch of stuff like that. Like the VA specifically has their own disability like van that they'll come drive you around if you call them. As
And I'm
long as
sure
you're
if
signed up with them, and
I was a veteran, stuff opens up, but I'm not.
I mean, but right next to that is a duty driver for regular handicap, civilian handicap.
That's
Like
funny.
I don't know if they have to like
That's
pay
funny.
for
You
the
called him a
service or
duty.
something.
You called him a duty driver. Like that's a term in the civilian world at all. That's funny too. Because had I not talked to you guys for as long as I have, I'd have no idea what the hell a duty driver is.
You crazy.
Is that a common term?
I don't know. Probably not.
I think it's a self-explanatory term though.
I mean, yeah, we just refer to them nillas as bus drivers, though.
I mean, even though that they're driving a van.
Typically, yeah, you're gonna get referred to as a bus driver, even if you're not driving a bus. You're driving a bus. It just happens to be a van today.
Even if they don't drive a bus at all and they only drive vans.
Van driver just sounds odd.
Call him a van driver or whatever.
Or just call him driver.
That's an interesting. I wonder what the most handicap-friendly city in America is, like for transport and resources and stuff.
Hawaii.
Were they particularly friendly?
No, I don't know. They did have a lot of public transportation. They
They
had
did have a
lots of
public
buses
transit.
and stuff. Went all over the
Yeah.
island.
Oh, is that mostly because of tourism though? Like,
Probably.
Maybe.
I would think that's mostly because of
No, they just had a pretty extensive transit system. Period. Like outside of tourist sites and stuff. Like
They did have a rather large public transportation system.
I'd expect it to be somewhere like Seattle, somewhere.
Or like San Fran or something. Or shoot, maybe it's New York. Like you have to get a cab to go anywhere in New York anyway, right? Why can't it be why can't a cab driver help someone into the back seat?
I think that depends if you have a wheelchair or not. I think wheelchair users make that
A little bit harder.
right. Ten of the best U.S. cities for wheelchair accessible travel. Los Angeles, Denver, and Portland are top 3.
So Los Angeles, huh? Wild.
That's a very.
I mean, it's like all the places that we said, but just a little bit off, right? LA is pretty close to San Fran.
And-
Portland's pretty close to Seattle.
And then Denver apparently makes the top of a lot of these lists.
Denver is interesting.
I don't think I'd move though, even if it got me significant.
I want to move to Denver.
I think because Jamie and I's family is here, I think we're pretty much settled at around here. Despite almost moving to Louisiana.
It's like most of my family's in friggin' Florida, and I refuse.
it was the
to live in
closest
Florida.
place apparently.
It wasn't my original price range. This place is significantly more than I wanted to spend. So I didn't want to do that, but I'm glad we did. It's a nice place. I think often you end up doing things that you don't want to do that end up being the best thing for you. Wow, we've been going for an hour already? Fucking.
Yeah.
We're going in, apparently.
Good old podcast style.
Yeah, you know. It's low key what I would love to do a radio show again. I would love it. It would be fantastic. But this is where I get those rocks off, you feel me?
I feel like having a podcast isn't bad, but I don't think it should be the only thing.
And even most people with a podcast is not the only thing they do.
Right. Because I think overloading podcast like stuff, it's just not good. You need a little bit more variety.
Well, I think to have a successful podcast, you probably need to draw your audience from somewhere else, and then they go listen to your podcast. At least that's what happens with all the. Because I've been looking at podcasts recently. That's what happens with all the ones that are majorly successful, anyway.
Yeah.
All right, before we talk for another hour and make this a 2 hour long 2 hour long video, I guess we'll call this the Wednesday mind dump again, because we didn't really, well, no, for the clicks I'm gonna title it About That Time I Got Robbed, you dig?
And it's gonna be the clicks.
Yeah. So
Or you could even say by the time we got robbed, because I talked about it.
oh.
Too.
just put about the time Bob and I got robbed. That way people think it happened to us together. Like we were we were in the same place, and we both got robbed at the same time.
Do it, but you won't.
You know I will. Like, I'm gonna now.
Steven's gotta get you.
Steven might wake up and click that if he gets a notification. Wait, what?
True. I bet he would too. He's gonna click on it and he's gonna find out what we're talking about, and he's gonna call you out on it.
All right. Thanks for listening to The Time Bob and I Got Robbed. This has been Zachary D, the Palsy Papa. And this is the Daily Decompression. Lick that like button, scribble that subscribe button, tickle that notification pickle, because I know you love it. And commentate on the video. I will see you guys tomorrow.